It's so funny because I realized that I need to do this whole series of Architects Want More on YouTube prior to my mind changing and my thoughts changing, my development in my mind. I guess there's a reason why I need to do it now. Get it out of the way. No offense, but get y'all to the point where like you understand where I am right now. But it's only the times that I have, a little bit of that stomach courage. You know what I mean? Everybody's doing it. All right, so what I was thinking 2 seconds before I got on the highway. Gosh, it's already starting to get hot in my jacket. Wish I could just take it off right now. What I was thinking was, whenever I went to Houston back in 2007, 2008, I think it was probably February 2008 that, it's either that or 2009, I don't know. It was that time period that I found a mentor online, and he's just spitting a bunch of stuff, and it made me very upset. And whenever something makes you upset, you should not reject it. Instead, look at it and ask, why is this making me upset? And so, it was making me upset because it was in areas that he was dropping the axe on areas that I hadn't looked into, I wasn't knowledgeable about, and what he was saying, altogether, what he was saying was there is an international society, or a group internationally that decides that this nation is meant to cripple, that this nation is set to fail. And I wanted to fight it, and here we are. It's 2019. It's October right now, and everything has come to, it's come to be, I guess. I didn't know it was going to be exactly like this. He didn't know it was going to be exactly like this, but it is. Here we are, in times of struggle, and it's going to continue to be. And that's the thing, is that I'm slowly conveying to myself and other people that the people who say that there aren't any conspiracies, people like to talk. There couldn't be any conspiracies. Those people aren't able to see far enough up in the chain in order to analyze, in order to see, in order to understand. We're constantly fed absolute professional media in order to shape our opinions. We are presented with people who have sponsors, and those sponsors are never stated in the media whatsoever. And that's what I'm on Facebook. I'm telling people, like, I wish I had their sponsors, or the people that I do know slightly. Who is your sponsor? They fucking do not respond to that shit. for a long time, I've been sitting there looking at, commercials that are on like live TV. And it's like, the people who are the human, this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but the people who are the human beings in those commercials, they should be identified with their legal names, so that if anybody has a fucking problem with what it is that they're speaking for, that they're putting their image out there for, those people should be able to personally hold those people accountable, right? That's not the case whatsoever. More and more, my mind is waking up to what Hollywood delivers. Hollywood, right? Hollywood that delivers you some sort of cosmetic scenario, some wonderful brushwork. And then you sit there and you look at that and you're like that's what comes to your mind every time you think about these things. You have no choice unless you have seen somebody identify that, hey, this is a cosmetic situation. I'm pretty sure I've said it before. If your mother didn't show you any sort of awareness, any sort of awareness of a threat towards something, you wouldn't know otherwise. Think about it. I recently told an ex-girlfriend, just recently, just a few hours ago, that with her state education, with my state education, we have never, ever been brought to the point of thinking in the classroom about population sizes, appropriate population sizes for the hierarchy of leadership. What is the appropriate size of a population to where there's still responsible and within grasp of the lowest unit? That is never brought to your attention from the state education point of view. And when I say state education, I mean your local school district. Okay, so I had to do this thing on world government because a guy who puts podcasts out on the internet, and I happen to find it, has been spot on. And it's been 11 years now, and I still can't debunk him. Good luck out there. I'm gonna go in the grocery store. Bye now.
I mean, really, look around you. Do you really think that we're going forward? Everywhere I see prices rising and quality decreasing. I do wish that I was in an architecture firm so that I could see the materials decreasing in nominal sizing, and I guess the elusiveness of the design to save money, but also provide the same initial quality. However, seriously, look back at history. and you'll see that the quality is definitely decreasing. We're just getting by. And also, something that's happening inside of my mind because of my age is, I want to settle down. I want to have children. So I can see through my sister who is doing that, who has done that, and folks that I graduated high school with who are doing that, who have done that. I can see how their attention is not on world government, is not on the entire United States system. Instead, it's on their exact profession and providing for their children and having good off work times, vacations, getaways, and bless them. Or how wonderful for them. I hope that they prosper. I am just of the mindset to where I have to look out for myself and others, and this is one of the ways that I'm doing it, or attempting to do it, in this failing system. Bye now. I've been waiting for a girl like you. Like, if it is that you want information, do you really think that you can just call somebody up and say, like, hey, let's have lunch together, and they couple up all the ideas that it is that, envelope it up, all the ideas that it is that you think that you would want out of this person? No, instead you have to sort of like pick and choose the questions and use your time wisely with the person. So here I am, giving it to you raw. Not many people have said, like, I can't wait to hear about your experiences and hear what it is that you do, what all you do for other people. But I don't know. I would claim that's because not very many people are into this niche, and also not very many people are into my style. And then I was gonna go into, well, there's a lot of people who are intimidated by me for multiple reasons, and then there's a lot of people who are interested in the dollar rather than the dude, and that's kind of like where my life kind of points a little bit. So I'm giving it to you raw. You need to be able to get past my my pauses, my uhs, my ahs. Listen to the words, maybe translate them into your own translate it into your own level of language. Not saying you're below, saying if I say a word and you know that it's not appropriate exactly for that, then translate it into the one that you would use, and keep going. Keep listening to other people. I don't know if I've told you this, but one of my first employers, who was an absolute fucking dick, told me, you can learn anything from everybody. Everybody has something to teach you. You could learn something from the homeless guy out on the street. And I'm like, Yeah, actually, I do go and have lunch with the homeless guy down the street, but you don't. And by the way, you're telling me to shut the fuck up while it is that you're telling me that everybody has something to teach. So you're being a pretty big hypocrite, aren't you? And I just told you that he was one of my employers. However, he was actually just an asshole manager. Some fucking dick who plays video games instead of giving a shit about other people. Just an engineering dumbass. Okay. And I'll stand by that. He's a fucking asshole. Bye now. Bye. But what did he teach me? He taught me to look at myself. What did that guy teach me? Every person that you look at is an opportunity to learn about yourself. Just have patience. Observe the other person. I'm doing it. I have done it. Here I am. Bye now.